Welcome to Slab Podcast, episode 104, where the grades matter. There are no rules. How you doing, Professor Oak?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you doing?
I am doing fantastic.
Hey, you know what I love in that intro? You know when it goes like widescreen mode, like super
No.
dramatic, and then it opens back up. It goes like IMAX mode, and then it goes back up, at, like right near the end. So cool. every time I see it, I'm like, this is so cool. I love that intro.
I still need to get one of those cards made that we put in the intro. I would love to have just like a proxy one on my desk. It'd be pretty cool.
I'm sure it's on Etsy. There's got to be someone on Etsy doing that.
For sure. Shia LaBeouf's all the rage right now, too. All the rage. Fighting people.
He just got arrested the other day, right? Again.
Yep.
He's a bad lad. And then he said he was like they said he got arrested, got drunk or whatever, and went back the next day, got drunk again. The same place.
Dude, while we're on the subject of just complete randomness, I forgot you're not on Instagram, so you wouldn't have seen it. I had shared a post of one of my Diglett cards sitting on my holes book, and I tagged Zero from Holes on Instagram, and he reshared my story, and that was pretty fucking cool. I was pretty excited about it.
Do you follow him?
Oh yeah. He's a Twitch streamer as of a couple of years ago. He really didn't do a whole lot of anything, and then he's like, I'm going to be a Twitch streamer, but he's been popping off on it.
I think I remember you saying, actually, yeah. That's awesome. So he's obviously checking tags. He's like, he actually watched the post and saw it, yeah.
I was.
Do you think he's a Pokemon fan?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, huge video game and Holes fan. His name's Cleo Thomas. But yeah, that was so cool. I've loved that movie. I've seen it way too many times. Obviously, I have the book here signed by the author, by the way. Yeah, that was a cool peak moment here in the last couple days.
That's awesome. I remember us talking about when you got it. I think that was one of the first book books that I got. As like an older kid. Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah, when he commented, he said he never thought of like the correlation between a Diglett and the movie Holes.
Dig.
I know.
Literally it's signature movie is Dig, right?
Yeah, pretty much. In the author, when he signed it, he wrote "Just keep digging" inside of the book too. It was pretty.
That's awesome.
It's pretty dope. It's a grail piece for sure.
Louis, that's great.
It's a grail. So, we got some busy. We had an awesome time. I was on vacation in Florida last week. That was spectacular. Got to meet Professor Oak's family the second time. I met them once briefly at Orlando CollectCon for probably 4 minutes total because it was an absolute zoo.
Bedlam. It was it was a circus.
Yeah.
Pandemonium.
Yeah. How long were you guys there at that CollectCon, you think, with the family?
Until about 3 minutes after I saw you. I saw you.
All right, wrap it up.
Yeah. Like we stopped at a couple of places. I saw
Ernesto, I remember.
Saw Ernie, yeah, Ernesto. Baski was cool. I think that was the first time I'd met him, and I squeezed him probably a little bit too tight. It's a bit of a tight hug, but he's a big guy. It was fun, but I felt so uncomfortable that it was like hard to like. I didn't want to like spend too much time trying to find other people and stuff. I don't know what it is about like crowds and lots of people. Like I just did not feel comfortable at all. It was really hard to enjoy being there. So we wrapped it up and left. Yeah, it was pretty quick after. I think it had been a little bit easier. Like we've joked about, the kids being there and stuff. It would have probably bit easier, but I still would have probably been a little shy and like freaked out by like how insane it was. So I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna do anything about that because it sounds like it's pretty busy every time now.
Yeah. No, it's
I don't know if there's a fix in place for that.
no. Nope. Sardines in that bitch now. It's insane. So
Yeah, make that money. I guess that's what they live for, isn't it? Is to make money.
yeah, there's also like 17 other CollectCon spin-offs, and those are not any different, it seems. Booming.
Yeah, they've all been busy. All the ones I've been to have been busy, actually. Yeah, but that
Yeah.
was cool. Yeah, we got to see you this time. A little bit more relaxed. We had a nice dinner, right? We had some time together. We got time to talk. It was nice just being able to like spend time together. Yeah,
Our wives getting able to talk a little bit and finding out all their similar interests is pretty funny. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. My wife was like, "Oh yeah, she's my new best friend. Like, I love everything about her. she loves your wife." So that was awesome. Yeah, she was like excited the whole way home. It was cute.
Yeah, that was a good time, man. Yeah, definitely a pleasure. Wish I could do it more with a lot of other people in the hobby as well. And I also during that week I was able to go get dinner with Pole Father, his wife, his kid. Got to see them as well. It was really cool, man. It was like a freaking reunion for me outside of not going to CollectCon. You know, like just being able to go to Florida and be able to hook up with people and just chat and have a good time was awesome.
Love that. Yeah, I know we talked about potentially doing some kind of get together, for the holiday. Bring people, to one place. I think that would be a really good weekend if we did do that at some point. Yeah, we've got so many cool people in this area, but also all over that. Some of you guys might want to travel, right? Let us know. Get down in those comments. Let us know. Get in the Discord. Tell us what you think. I really think it'd be a fun time for us all to get together. But it was good having one-on-one time. It feels different when you can just be yourself. Yeah, and have a nice meal and chat and just enjoy life together. It's cool. So glad you came. Yeah, excited for the next time you visit. That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, I feel like the cooks knew they wanted to give us a little bit extra time at dinner, so they took their time making the food and everything. It worked out well.
Yeah, I've never seen that place that busy. That was like
what was that, a Thursday?
Busy.
Thursday? Yeah. That was pretty cool.
Insane.
Yeah. It was very nice. Very nice. Also, I'll be back probably sometime in May. We might do an in-person interview, possibly. So that'd be pretty cool.
No pressure. I mean, you're gonna have a busy week. You're gonna have a lot going on. So, but it'd be cool if we did get time to do a little something. Spend, even if it's just a dinner or something again. Yeah, it would be nice.
Yeah, we should do. There's a podcast I watched, The Last Meal, Last Supper, or something with Josh from Good Mythical Morning. He was their chef, but he does. He brings on people and they do podcasts while eating like their last meal. So if they were like on death row, what's your last meal? And he cooks it, prepares it, and then they interview while going through like their steps of the last meal. It's pretty cool.
Never heard of that. That's awesome. Yeah, that is a cool concept. A lot better than like the whole just eating wings situation. I feel like that's way too simple. Yeah, you need to be.
We could do that. Do Hot One Slabbed edition.
Yeah. Well,
that'd be pretty fun.
Hang on, we could do slabs of steak. Is what we could do.
That sounds like meat sweats, but I'd be game.
I got some nice New York strips, some real thick 3/4 pan New York strips ready for Friday night. I'm gonna be grilling. It's gonna be good.
Hell yeah!
I'm gonna marinate them tomorrow night.
That sounds amazing. Also, today, the day this is live on a Thursday, I will be live with retrospects on Peak That Choose channel. Go check it out. The link down below in the description is the video. Again, live stream, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I believe.
Get your AirPods ready.
Be square. It's gonna be a banger.
That'll be a good one. You know what's fun with Peak is I feel like he just keeps it flowing. Like you guys are gonna have plenty to talk about. It's gonna be a good conversation for sure. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he's definitely got some sales guy in him for sure. So that's good. Can keep a conversation going, which is ideal in podcast scenarios. It's huge. Being able to keep on going. You looking at my what?
I just remembered we were hearing the
yeah, we're just gonna leave that a mystery. That's what I've remembered. Like
until we get to it.
We got new jobs. We quit our white collar jobs, and now we're gonna be iron workers like Mirsky.
I'm so dumb. I'm sorry I made you do that. It's so dumb, but it's funny. You guys will like it when we get to it. There's a reason.
Maybe. So yeah, go check that out. Me and my business partner Retrospects will be live with Peak That Juice. That'll be sick.
That will be good. And I know damn well there's gonna be a lot of people wanting to listen to that. You're gonna have a good crowd. Yeah, with the three of you combined, that'll be a fun one. I'm excited. I'll have my AirPods charged up ready to listen in. It's gonna be a good one. Peak That Juice channel, guys. We'll have to post a link. We'll put the link down. Okay, last week's spicy. So Quilly's never won, I don't think.
It was a tie between him and Ditto Faction, actually. But
these two guys.
Respect Ditto Faction. You're the god. But I gave the lean to Quilly just because I don't know if he's ever won, like Oak said.
Yeah, maybe, I think, but yeah, that was cool. So Quilly said Pikachu needs a LASIK saving fund when his eyes melt from pre-grading so much. He's gonna be looking at a lot of cards. And we've joked about that in terms of literal grading, right? The actual graders, how many they must see every day. And I feel like we did a bit of a calculation once.
Yeah.
Like, pulled up some numbers and what we thought staffing was like there and like and it was a lot. It was 3 digits.
Yeah, I'd be going cross-eyed.
Yeah.
Looking at a spreadsheet and a screen all day is enough, but looking, God dang, I don't know. That'd be tough. I'd have to have some type of magnifying something I'd be looking through every day. But
I spend about 11 hours a day looking at the screen, and it's tough, but it's not the same tough as looking at a card. Because I also think you're looking down, like you're gonna feel that in your neck. You're probably not holding the card right in front, right? Like that feels awkward. So you're probably looking down a little bit, maybe a little bit hunched. Like he's gonna have to be Pikachu. You're gonna have to be real ergonomic with it. I think Quill is onto a bit of a point here. Not just the LASIK, but I think in general, it's gonna be tough looking at that many cards, man. You especially with detail, like actually concentrating and really putting effort into it, and a lot. I think you're probably gonna have a lot of cards coming your way. So be mindful of that.
Gonna get one of those Space Moon Man chairs where you like can lay all the way back and that just rotates your whole body. That would be dope.
Oh, you know what would be good? I wonder if he's thought about this. I wonder if he could set up a nice camera and then zoom it up on a screen instead of looking at the card.
Yeah, just you're like this, kind of looking.
Glance at the card for the physical, then curvature, and then maybe zoom in for scratches and like imperfections on it. That might help a little bit.
Sounds like a bitch, to be honest, but I don't know. I don't like looking at cards through even when I'm like doing a PSA return. I'm like holding the slab to the camera, looking at my OBS, like can't even see. Like I don't know. It's just an added layer of being able to see, like added chance of missing something too. So
yeah, it is nice looking with your own eyes. I mean, I don't think there's really anything as good quality. Like it's 8K, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything that could really get better. But I do like the zoom, the opening up the zoom function that you can do on the screen. That might be something that might help. But yeah, you might need LASIK, bro. You're looking at a little one. That's a very unique, spicy comment there, Quilly. I like that one. That's a good one.
Oh yeah, Quilly. Appreciate you, my dude. Next week, Spicy. I'll let you give it the rip first, if you don't mind.
I forgot what it was. Oh my god. I just got it ready too. We were just talking before. Hang on. I've got to write this stuff down, man.
So go on.
Do you have yours?
I'll go.
You go. I'm trying to remember.
Just pulled one out of my ass. So in the new game that we're going to be getting, this Gen 10, the legendary water Pokemon we get is going to be the best legendary Pokemon we've ever had in the history of the game.
I remember what it was now because of what you just said.
Same thing.
I like that one. That's a good. I'd like to talk that one out, actually. That would be a good spicy topic to chat through. And also, I feel like we're going to have a lot of new stuff to talk about. Obviously, with the new generations, a lot of new Pokemon. I'm really curious what new are they going to do with it? Because, we've talked in the past about megas, and, I don't know, whatever, like all the different variations that we can have. What's going to be the new little twist? Because they just keep stepping it up every single time. So I'm excited to chat through that. My spice comment is, I think I've kind of said it a little bit in the Discord, but I think the starters that were revealed on Pokemon Day are probably the best since the first 2 or 3 generations. I don't think we've had a starter trio that good since back in the OG days. I really genuinely, I don't even know if that's spicy. That's fact. Come at me if you think it's spicy in the comments, guys.
Well, I'll tell you right now, we've had some real shitters the last few years. I forget what generation. I think it was the Piplup one. That's a little while back now, but man, I'm pretty sure all 3 of those Pokemon were like just spheres. It just looked like shit. The last one, I really hated the second evolutions. They're all just like, they're all look the same, almost like the duck one, the cat one. They're all just standing on 2 legs. Like, it's terrifying. Like, if that knocked on my door, I'd blow his brains out. Like, he'd be gone. Like, that thing is scary. Most of them.
Yeah, not an appeal factor. Also, this might sound really dumb, but I don't love how tall they were. Do you remember, like, you think of back in the OG, you think of like Ivysaur and Charmeleon, Wartortle and that. Like, they weren't very big. Whereas I feel like mid evolution starters now are like taller. They're like bigger. So, and some, I don't know, maybe it's just me. They just look different. It's not the same. It doesn't look like the same format. It's weird.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what? Really, I really didn't love so much was like the Miraidon style situation, like
the motorcycle.
Yeah, it's just,
kind of grew on me. I kind of like the game, so
yeah. Well, I guess if you're interactive with it, there's going to be some bias there. But like to look at, I don't know.
I had to add a Miraidon SIR to the collection and a PSA 10 and the Mobasif, just because that game was really the first Pokemon game I played in a long time. So I just like it was.
Yeah.
It was.
And you said it was good, right? So
yeah, I would call it good, not challenging at all. Like a shit's free. Like leveling up your Pokemon is the easiest thing in the world, and we'll talk about that probably a little bit when we start talking about Fire Red Leaf Green here down below. But
yeah, Okay.
Yeah.
Let's take a pause on that because there's a lot of stuff we could talk about from those spicy topics. Let's talk slabs real quick because we are the Slabbed podcast, and there is some news with slabs right now. So CGC 2 weeks ish, they're going up to $17 for bulk. Economy 20. They want to keep up with demand, I guess, or Peter demand, however you want to phrase it. They also know PSA is taking the PISS with it, and they're making a killing for doing the exact same thing and getting the exact same product at the end of it. Why wouldn't you get a little bit closer price point? Makes sense. It sucks. It's gross, but I mean, it's 2026, and last year everything went up in our whole life, so it's really no surprise. It's not like this is the only thing that has gone up recently and increased. In fact, we just talked about PSA putting their prices up, so yeah, is what it is. Really, I'm really not surprised. Honestly, they probably could have done it a year ago, like when things really started popping off again, back in January, and they really started getting momentum. Because over this past year, I mean, we've talked numbers. And we're going to go into it again. They're on fire right now. They're the highest they've ever been. CGC is killing it. So,
I think the $17. It's not too bad if you have like the $300 membership. It's kind of expensive, but I think it racks it down to probably close to $13. I don't do the exact math, but it's still not too bad of a price. Like, it's still a bargain compared to PSA, with considering their upcharges. As a collector, CGC is still my clear choice for really anything because of the price. The price of entry to get it encased is insane. So cheap. But yeah, I don't see these prices coming down anytime soon with these the current shape of things at all. So
I'm curious if it's going to change if it's the all round, like some of the submitters that we know, is that going to change on their side of things? Because they have like a different price point, right?
Like Fanatics, you mean? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Doing it through Fanatics, I think, they're like $850 or $950.
I didn't see an update. I didn't see any change on that stuff. So I'm curious, like, what's gonna. I don't know. I'm sure something will change. It probably won't be drastic, but it'll be something. I would imagine if CGC is doing it, or maybe not. Maybe they want it all going through one place to make it simpler and easier, trying to attract more people to that one place. You can make a case for either way, I guess.
Yeah, my guess is Fanatics probably gets to dictate what that price is of that, because I'm guessing they're probably covering some of the cost of the graders on site. Who knows?
How many do you think are moving through that door? How many do you think are going through submitters as opposed to direct?
Oh, just in general?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't with 450,000 graded, I'd say at least half.
Wow, I wasn't thinking that much. I was thinking like 100, 150.
I mean, yeah. Still, yeah.
I was thinking like 20% or something, but yeah, I could see a half, especially with how much it's changed since that's really been in place for the past year too.
Yeah. And I'd be curious about PSA with them going through GameStop too. How much because that's like a middleman service, right? So, yeah.
Do you know anyone that's used it?
I have not talked to them in person, but I've watched YouTube videos of people saying like, yeah, I've just for the price, they just have gone through GameStop, and I go through my local game store for sports cards because usually I don't have enough to do a bulk sub of sports cards, and I don't want to send them
for that category.
Yeah, I don't want to send them with my Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards, so I'll just be like, hey, here's 3 sports cards. I'll pay you the whatever $4 or $5 premium. You can just handle it. Let me know when they're ready. And that's probably what people do with Pokemon and stuff. They're like, hey, I only have like 4 cards. I don't want to do a bulk sub. Here you go. Let it ride.
Big hitters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it change in quantity? Or are they like how many you submit? I don't think I've actually looked at the pricing recently.
Not a PSA or not a GameStop.
So I could just take in one banger.
Yeah.
And add it into what they're submitting at the same price. Yeah. Okay.
I want to say they're discounted too.
I don't know. I don't know that I know anyone that's submitted through it. I can't think of anyone that is. It's anecdotal, obviously, for me, but I can't think of anyone that's told me or have talked about it with them doing a submission. And I feel like we know a lot of people, and then not using it. And I know general public are. But I have no idea on numbers, like how popular or not that is. People have got to be using it, but I don't know. I don't know how much. That would be an interesting stat if we could get that somehow.
We probably won't. But that sounds insane.
It'd probably have to come from GameStop, not PSA. PSA probably aren't tracking it, but I bet GameStop probably could.
You know what I just found out? The CEO or CEO/chairman of GameStop's 35 years old.
Solid.
Damn.
I hope he's not buying their stock.
That's crazy shit.
I hope his bonus isn't in stock.
Yeah. God. I'm like, the stock's not doing well?
It's GameStop.
What do you mean?
I don't think it has a future, bro. I don't think they're ever gonna do amazing. I do think that's young for CEO, but I also think like GameStop's fucked. Like they've been doing terrible for years. So to have a 35-year-old in there is, I mean, not surprising.
He looks like he was the CEO as of 2 years ago. When he was 33. Like that's wild. Like that is extremely young for a CEO. But he was also one of the founders, I think, of Chewy, the like granola bar, I think.
No, it's dog food. They're based not too far from here. They sell like dog food and dog treats and stuff.
That's right. I see them on the boxes on people's porches.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy young. I mean,
I don't think they're doing too well either. I think they've been struggling lately from what I saw.
Yeah, I want to say he sold it, but
that might be why.
Yeah, he's cooking. Net worth 4.9 billion, according to Forbes. 35 years old, CEO of GameStop. I literally had no clue he was that young. So it makes sense why. I mean, they're lined up doing all these partnerships with PSA. Big brain. I mean, he's in touch with things going on at that age. You know what I mean? Like versus the president who's now 80 years old. I feel like all of our presidents are just dying. Like, how can you have a sense of the world? It's crazy. It's so weird. We need caps on our presidents ASAP. Shit's a scam.
There's a low cap, right? Isn't it like 34,
35, I think.
Yeah.
CEO of GameStop could be the next presidente. Logan Paul said he wanted to be president.
I will renounce my citizenship if that happens. No, I will. I will go back to the UK. No, I won't.
You're going back to the UK.
I love America.
He's like, I'm going back. I need to vote for KSI. F Logan Paul.
He's a character too. He's a funny one.
Yeah. Want to talk some gem rate numbers? Get into the nitty gritty of things being rated.
Yes, one more thing before we do that. So we're talking about GameStop. I saw a rumor about Pokemon potentially making a GameStop, making their own game and card stores. Do we think that's a reality,
like a Pokemon Center in North America.
I think it would be in partnership with a company. Maybe it was GameStop. I saw a rumor that they were partnering with someone to make like Pokemon Center, but like game stores, LGSs that would sell their games, their plushes, their cards, products, that kind of like sell Pokemon stuff.
It just doesn't sound feasible because they'd want to sell it at retail and not market. So it's just going to be empty shelves all the time. So,
yeah. But also the expense. I mean, we can ask our friends that have LGSs. Like, brick and mortar is expensive to have. You have the overhead of the building, the heating, the AC, the insurance, the labor, the literal having to stock the shelves and stuff. Digital is the way to go, but also digital's not freaking working. I can't buy a single thing on Pokemon Center because it bots out. You can't bot out a physical store.
yeah.
So, like, give me the physical store. I'll stand outside on opening day. Like, if I really want it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'm for it. I don't think it's a reality. I don't think it's going to happen. I like the idea of it, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I would hope it maybe partner with Tom Brady, Card Vault by Tom Brady, get some. They got all the sports card shops, even though there's Pokemon all over these bitches now. It's not just sports cards.
Yeah. They don't
like Card HQ in Georgia.
They don't like to collab with like non-kid stuff, though, do they? Really?
Yeah. It would be like a new thing by Tom Brady, but yeah, I'm dreaming. Who knows? Tom Brady wore a One Piece shirt during an interview, so
he did.
Yeah,
he doesn't know what One Piece
Logan
is.
Paul, I think.
Oh, that's why they made him wear it. There's no way he knows what One Piece is.
You think Logan knows what One Piece is?
Dude's like 50. How old's Tom Brady?
Yeah, but
there's no way.
If your girlfriend's 23, it makes you like 38.
Nah, some marketer threw it at him and said, "Hey, you got paid 50 grand. Put on this sweet One Piece shirt for a marketing stunt." He doesn't know One Piece. There's no way. Yeah. Unless he's an Army fan.
Probably is. Son of a bitch.
Should we pull out a knot? Let's pull out a knot.
Son of a bitch.
I gotta post that picture of her at that award show the other day on the red carpet because that was.
God, the roast of Tom Brady takes me back. God, that was one of the best roasts I've ever seen in my life. If you haven't watched that, you need to go watch it. Oh, she even looked good there. What are we doing?
Yeah, she's blonde in real life, though.
She what?
She's blonde.
In real life?
IRL. I'll have to post a picture in the Discord.
Oh, that lady. The live action lady.
Yeah, not Nami. Nami's not a real lady.
I know. I'm like, damn, dude, you're like deep in this shit. Like, holy, like, what are we doing?
No, she's redheaded in the show. But yeah. Sorry, I know I spun it off there, but she with GameStop. I'd be curious if he is trying to pursue that new CEO you're talking about. Like, is he trying to get an actual collaboration with them? Because they sell a lot of their product for a lot of years. I mean, you've been able to get Pokemon at GameStop for forever.
Yeah.
Like they've always sold it, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's a new thing. Like, as far as I can remember, it's always been available there. And even when I was a kid, when the first gen was out, it was the local game store, literal the console store where you went to buy consoles. That's where the only place in town that sold Pokemon cards. So, and that was in little old England. We didn't even have a GameStop. So, I would love that to be cemented, but I'm worried about it being GameStop because they're not successful, but somehow scraping by every year. I don't know.
They're doing well, man. They're doing well. Starks. I got some.
They're not. I think No, I think they just closed some stores, didn't they? Last month. I don't think they're doing too well. I really don't think they're doing good at all. That new CEO needs to put some of his net worth into it if he really wants to pump stuff up.
Do you buy individual stocks?
Sometimes, yeah, not as much as I used to play around with it a little bit more. But if something's interesting, I'll play around with it. When you see Nvidia, you know, when you I should have got in at $20, like. You see stuff like that, you can't help but feel you want to look out for something. I actually I put a bit of money. The last time I put money in some individuals there was a couple of blockchain software companies that were building blockchain technology, and neither of them have really done particularly well. And I think mostly due to the fact that blockchain hasn't been as received as important as it should be, because it is insanely smart, but I don't think it's quite believable how smart it is. I think people are like reluctant.
Yeah, I don't I don't really like I like stocks, but it pisses me off because it has changed a lot from what stocks were before social media. And it's like it goes to like the dumb money guys. I don't know if you've ever kept up with those guys, but they were Google trend trading, really. Like, these are the poppin' stories, let's trade these because they're popular type things. And it just pisses me off looking at Tesla's market cap at $1.28 trillion. Whereas Ford Motor Company has 48 billion. Ford Motor Company's 48 billion, and you're telling me Tesla's 1.28 trillion just because the people believe in the company. Like, the stock price is that high, but Ford, like, just like general sales year over year, Ford crushes Tesla.
Not even close.
Number of employees,
not even close.
Tesla. Like, it just doesn't line up. Like, it doesn't line up to like the actual companies anymore. Like, I feel like it used to. Now it's more of like stonks. Like, this is in the headlines. These are making news. There's a TikTok of a Ford Motor Company car smoking a lady on a sidewalk, so the stocks go down today. It's kind of icky now, and I did like it more, honestly, when I was buying my first stocks when I was 18 in late 2000s, 2010s, and I bought Microsoft stock at $30 a share. It was different. Like, it was more about the company doing well, and here's our quarterly earnings. It does help today still, but it's so different.
It's business. It's business, right? It was you were forecasting, you're planning your shareholders. Like, it was, how do we make this successful as a long-term brand? Not what you're saying is like, oh my god, everyone jumps on this crazy IPO, or oh my god, all the hype, they're doing this, doing that. I bet if you looked at Tesla's debt, I bet they have a lot of debt on the books too. They're just managing their money well, they're shifting things around well, and they're making things look cute.
Yeah.
And like you say, hype. I remember when I worked in banking for a little while, and the guy that was he was one of the main OGs at the location I was at, and he was like, "Yeah, I made like $2 million on US Steel in stocks. I just threw a bunch of money in US Steel, and it went up over the past 20 years. He said I sold it and just made a fortune, bought my house, bought my car. Like, I'm getting ready to retire. I'm just doing this just to kind of keep buying." I was like, holy crap. I looked at them and I was like, oh yeah, this looks good, but it's like kind of a little bit high right now. And it went up a bit and then it dropped, and I was like, oh, this is dropped, like, but this is steel. Like, it's got to come back up. Like, everybody needs steel. And I remember buying some, and it did. It went up, and I sold. And it went up even further. It went like way up. And I was like, holy crap. You just don't know. You don't know what's going to happen. But it's fun. It is fun. I can see why there's excitement around it. But I was like researching the company, the history, like you were saying, I was going through the motions of it. There was no social media or hype or TikTok or any of that about it. It was a completely different experience. Yeah. I don't know. Everyone wants to know what's the next hot one. You know, what's going to be the next one? What do I invest in? But then you have Warren Buffett throwing money at Coca-Cola, just taking his 5%, just taking the dividends over and over and over, making $1 million a month from nothing, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't need the stunk. You need consistency. You need smart. Coca-Cola's going nowhere. Nowhere. They're never going to be out of business. But I don't know if you know this, the first time in history, do you know who's the second? I just learned this today. This is a really good point, actually. Who is the number 2 most popular soda brand?
Dr. Pepper?
It is. It was Pepsi.
Yeah.
I just knocked them off.
Because you brought it up, I would just assume Pepsi fell off, yeah.
Like, what? I know they have Dr. Pepper bought some of the other, they have a few different soda, like a few different brands under it. But I was like, wow, Pepsi it's always been Coke and Pepsi that's been the big fight for all those years. You just never know. You never know.
I didn't realize Dr. Pepper was created in 1885 by a pharmacist. Yikes.
Yeah, that probably had cocaine in it too.
I couldn't imagine what a pop from 1885 would look like. Holy shit. No wonder.
Make you belch.
Oh my God.
You'd be belching.
Couldn't pay me enough to suck one of them boys down right now. Lord have mercy.
I would, just for the fun.
I'd take
it. Yeah.
Flattering my ass, but yeah.
Yeah, I'd do it. Give me that cough syrup, or whatever you're calling it. Yeah. Okay. So I feel like I deviated a lot in this one. You guys like us talking, right? That's what you're here for. So we're all good.
Hell yeah.
Did we do numbers yet? We didn't even do numbers, did we?
No, we have not talked them.
PSA 1.86 million. We talked, I know we reviewed earlier. In January, they did 1.91. February, they just hit 1.86. Which, yeah, I mean, it's a little bit down. It's basically the same, and it's way up on last year. They are still... it's not even close to what they were doing before. It's just the highest they've ever been, pretty much, even with that small little change. CGC very close to 500,000. They did 451,000. Ridiculous. They're just absolutely on fire.
It's crazy that the PSA and CGC numbers kind of align with February being a shorter month by 3 days.
You think that's what you said that last year? I remember you saying that last year. Do you think that's what it was?
Probably. I mean, literally 3%. If you add the 80, 70,000 per day, like they're probably right there with the prior month.
Yeah. And February was 4 full business weeks because Sunday started on the 1st. So they must be working weekends if that's the case. It's just got to be seven days a week, like nonstop. Yeah, just everyone on shift. Yeah, I could see that. So let's touch base in 2-3 weeks when we get March's numbers at the end of the month when that pops. I'm super curious what that looks like. Can we make a prediction?
Yeah.
I think a month-on-month increase of like 5%. For both of them.
CGC is going to be up 8%. PSA is going to be up 4%. Lock it in.
That was good. Yeah, someone clip that. Beckett. So February they hit 88,000. I don't remember them ever being that high. That seems high. I don't know. I don't know if I missed something. I feel like there's some story I missed in February at Beckett.
I didn't know they had that in them anymore. 33% month-over-month growth in a short month. That's pretty good.
Have we ever, in the years we've been doing this podcast, have we ever seen them that high? I literally don't think I've ever seen it that high. I remember them being in the 60s, but that's 88 seems like a lot. So I kind of want to research that. I want to know what's going on. If anyone knows, give us a heads up. Are we just being dumb? Is a simple reason for that? Some partnership, some kind of submission thing going on. I don't know. Tag. Love that we have Tag in here now. 44,000 and SGC did 41. So they're both very close in their numbers.
Very close.
Tag consistently doing big numbers compared to SGC. That's been, I mean, they've been crushing it for a while. Seems solid. It seems like they've kind of got their foot in the ground now. They've cemented themselves as a grader. Like I think we have. Yeah,
44,000 slabs from Tag in 1 month is a shit ton of plastic. I would not have thought
a clean 4-week month. Yeah,
they would be doing that now already. Pretty crazy.
So if they're consistently knocking out big numbers each month now at this point, I mean, I think we officially really genuinely have a top 5 list in gem rate. We have PSA, CGC, Beckett, Tag, and SGC. Like the other guys, they're doing something. You know, we've got Rudy. You know, we've got an English dude. You know, we've got all this stuff like AGS, this and that. But like, these are our actual graders at this point. This is the stuff that's really moving and selling. And people are talking about. These are the things people want. I mean, we're at 2.5 million at this point in 1 month. That's an insane amount of slabs. There's a lot of people that are really trusting. Well, maybe that a little bit over 2 million. A lot of people are trusting some big numbers because I imagine with some of those tagging SGC cards, there's probably not all bulk. There's got to be some nice cards they're sending, hoping for that 10, hoping to hit the stonks, you know, hit that pristine, get that perfect grade, get something good, just like the all with PSA and CGC. Is this that's what we're chasing at every grading company, right? Whereas I remember us talking 2 years ago where it was like, you got something good, you send it PSA. You got something bulky, send it CGC. I don't know if that's true anymore. I feel like you could send to any of these 5 anything at this point. Right?
Yeah, I don't know about all that. You're saying send like Pokemon cards to SGC?
No, what I'm saying is, in terms of like a good card, it's comparable between grading companies. So like SGC, obviously not a Pokemon card, but if there's a card that's worth $100 with PSA, it's probably going to be not too far off on some of the other grading companies for like a similar grade. I don't think there's as much of a disparity anymore as there used to be, because there's some cards I remember I'd sent to PSA. I'd look them up in a CGC slab on eBay, and I'd be like, hell no, I'm not sending it to CGC. Like, I've got to send it to PSA at this point. I feel like the gap has closed a little bit. There's much less of a disparity. And with tagging SGC, I've seen some tags that I think you sent me one. There's some tags that I've seen that are selling basically the same price point as some of the CGC slabs.
Yeah, I'd say some tag 10s even approach PSA 10 prices, which is absurd. But yeah, I don't know. I see there's a huge difference in a lot of CGC. Like CGC Gem Mint 10 is still getting power fisted by PSA 10s. Like it's a quarter of the price a lot of the times.
Pristine
pristine 10s, obviously, I think are usually sell a little bit higher than PSA 10s on average. But yeah.
Do you think that was a good move on that change that we had with that? Going from the 9.5
in
to
hindsight, probably people like 10s. Now a Gem Mint 10 set is collectible at CGC, whereas before it was not. Because the only 10s you were getting were pristines. And those are really, really tough to get. And you couldn't get a 10 set of any, like you couldn't scratch that itch. Like I want all 16 base hollows in a 10. You good luck. You ain't fucking getting it. Like it's not gonna be a thing until they made that change. So yeah, I think now people can collect 10 sets that aren't bajillionaires.
It's not hurt their revenue. Like clearly the people are sending more than ever.
Yeah. But people like 10s.
Yeah.
I like 10s.
We haven't had that much of a change in grading at any of them lately, right? We had some interesting
quality of rating or what?
Yeah. Like things feel pretty consistent the past.
Yeah. I think every time we go through an influx of like booming like we are right now, I feel like the quality of the consistency of the grading usually can drop because all the new surplus of people that are grading the bulk. So
I don't think they're hiring right now. I think they're suffering, and I think that's why the times are so far out. I think they don't want to hire anymore because they're worried about it dropping.
Yeah. Yeah, possibly.
I don't know. Nothing's moving fast.
Yeah.
From what I can gather. With people I've talked about, nothing's moved fast.
Yep. I want to talk a little bit about the current boom going on, different things, because I watch the auctions every Sunday, and I was able to buy some of the new set from my local game store. I walked in there, they had a stack of ETBs, limit 2 per person, but they were priced at $90. That felt like a deal, which is insane. I want to say market forms like 110, 115, and sadly I bought 2. But it's really one of the first times like most of the time I walk into an LGS and it's priced 15% above TCG player for sealed, which feels horrible, to be honest. Like that is brutal. And so when I can see something that's 20% below current market price, it's just good night. That's amazing. So I snapped on that. I was excited. Have you seen anything in the wild lately at all? No.
I checked Walmart because obviously we have Pokemon Day, and I was hoping that day, that weekend, there might be some stuff. Walmart, Target, nothing. Empty.
Yeah. What's crazy is now in like my area, anytime I'm at a Target or Walmart, I'll walk by the card area like I always have for the last 6 years, 7 years. Probably even longer than that. Even before I got back into the hobby, like even like 10 years ago, I would walk by the area just because I was still like dabbling with Yu-Gi-Oh and different shit. But I would just be like, oh, what's new over here, just to see kind of like what's happening. Now, when I walk by these areas, there's always a dude mid-30s there scouting every single time. There's at least 1 or 2 other people there just like looking for some sealed product. I'm like, insane. And it's always a different guy. I'm there, and I go there maybe once every 2 weeks just to go grocery shopping or pick up something. But yeah, it's crazy, like the mania.
I feel like the opportunities are just not the same as what they were. Like too many people are in that mindset of it now. There's bots online. The drops in person are like really difficult to get, and there's a bunch of scalpers. Like it just seems like there's so many eyes on there because we made profit. Like we did so well for so long, and more people kept adding to it and adding to it and adding to it. people see it as a money making thing and less of a collection thing, you know, on the scalper side of stuff. Yeah, it sucks. It's not what it was. I really miss the days of being able to get drops on Pokemon Center, on GameStop, on Target, on Best Buy. I used to be able to get everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Someone pop up, I'll get a box of it, get 2 boxes of it, that kind of stuff. You know, even the stuff that was hype. I mean, celebrations. We managed to get UPCs, ETBs, blisters, like we managed to get everything. If celebrations drop today, there's no I haven't been able to get any of the last 2 sets. None of it. It's just been bought every time I've tried it, bought it out. Every time. It's been awful. It's not fun, like that aspect of it. And like you say, even the in person, every time I've gone and checked, I can't tell you the last time I bought something in person. A box in person. There's been nothing. Nothing. It's gone. Everyone's just like on it anymore. It sucks. And that was kind of what I was touching on with the idea of having an LGS. Maybe it's more so for me because I don't really have an LGS, you know, nearby. I know you do, and you know a lot of you guys listening in do have literal LGS, but I don't really have anything nearby. So I would like something, anything to open up so I can get something, even if it, like you say, even if it's like close to market price, so at least I can get it. Or something there, you know, maybe a little bit lower. Just go grab it, not have to worry about trying to chase it or get the drop, or paying crazy on eBay and waiting 5 days.
Yeah, I remember back when the 151 UPCs, they were like $90. They were all over the pallets. Nobody was buying them off the shelves. You could walk in and just grab one. And at that time, I had made the statement, I think on this podcast, I was considering pulling out of my 401k just to unload on those.
We joked about it.
If I would have been a multi-millionaire.
We shouldn't have joked about it. We should have just done it.
Those bitches are like $900 a year. 10x.
Outperformed any stock that you could have named.
10x in how many years? 3 years? 2 years? 3 years? 10x.
Very short time frame. Yeah.
Next time I won't hesitate.
And some of the cards, like we could have even just picked away at some of the cards cheap from the set that are like doing really well. Like really, really well right now.
Yep. Next time I'm pulling the trigger. I don't give a fuck. Full send. Job's done.
We're at the cusp of the next big set, I think. We're at the cusp.
Hey,
you want to talk Pokemon Day?
What?
You want to talk Pokemon Day?
Nah, let's skip that. No, I'm joking.
Okay.
Let's do it. Boring, huh?
I feel like the big one for me was Fire Red Leaf Green. Because I think we talked about us wanting outside of, what do you call them, emulator situations. We talked about why, I remember, I felt like I got a little bit frustrated in that podcast, but like, why are they not doing that? Why are they not having them on Switch in that online Nintendo Online system? People would pay 10, 20, 30 bucks for that to play it and have it, own it forever and play it forever. And maybe interact and maybe link with your friends on the online system instead of, I mean, it was a cable back in the day, but maybe you could switch, pardon the pun, but, you know, switch Pokemon together, you know, through the online system and do trades and evolve whatever with that. And they're doing it. It's starting to happen. They're actually doing it.
Feels good.
Yeah.
Did you download? Which one did you download?
I don't have the Switch anymore.
What a fucking mother! Wow.
Yeah. Come on. How much is the Switch 2?
No clue. I don't have that.
I feel like it's probably not cheap, but it kind of makes me want to buy a Switch 2. I kind of want to play Fire Red Leaf Green.
It was pretty cool setting, like you playing it on the TV. You could have did that with like the old GameCube Game Boy Advance thingamabob. But it was pretty cool playing on the Switch, laying on the couch, having it on the TV. My son's watching. He's like, "Oh, Dad, it's a fucking Geodude. Catch that bitch." I'm like, "No, it's a fucking Geodude. I'm not catching that bitch. Get off my nuts." It was fun. He's like, "Yeah, every time I run into a Pokemon, he's like, you gonna catch this one?" I'm like, "No, he's dog shit. Like, I'm gonna rock this Blastoise till he's level like 85, and I'm gonna go clap the Elite Four, and I'm gonna have like one Diglett with him, and we're just gonna wreck."
So I remember being so nervous about the Elite Four. I was like grinding. Like I was trying to get them to as high a level as possible. Give me all the accessories, all the potions. Like,
Jesus. I'm one of those guys, are you? Walking in there with like 70 full restores and 70 revives. You fucking.
Yeah. I grinded. And I still lost like the first 3 times or something. I did it. But oh my God. It's been a long time since I played that game. How many people do you think's bought it so far since they dropped it?
Yeah, couldn't tell you.
I wonder if it shows sales. It probably doesn't show sales in the store section, right?
I wish they offered like a combo. Could have got both of them. Instead, you got to like maybe had like a $5 discount if you got both of them. That would have been cool. They didn't do that. It's kind of shit.
Yeah, that seems like a no-brainer. I'm surprised they didn't do that, actually.
Because they didn't, I'm not getting both, probably.
I guess they never did that with physical either, though.
Yeah, but this is a reprint. Like, come on, this digital reprint of old shit. Like, throw me a bone, my guy.
Yeah. They don't. I feel like they might survive on cash. No, has a Pokemon game ever been on sale?
Probably not.
Like reduced? I don't think. Like even old games, like say if you went to get Sword and Shield, that's probably still $60, right? Like I don't think they've ever even reduced.
No, it goes down to like $39. Yeah, they drop. The retail drops. It's not a sale though.
They're not doing like $20 clearance sale type stuff, right? Yeah. Okay.
Like I'll see $39. I want to say $49. Maybe.
That's better. Yeah, that's better.
I'll just thinking about it. Do the sales of these digital copies count towards sales of Fire Red Leaf Green history? Like, because it says 12 million copies sold worldwide as of February 2026. Now, is this going to add to that? How would that work? I would think so.
It isn't a different variation, right? It's not like they didn't say it's called remastered or something. Like it's just
same game.
Yeah.
Digital download version. So I think it would. It's additional sales towards that game. Like,
yeah. I don't see any reason why not.
That'll be interesting to see what the number ends up pulling out because it was 12 million copies before the release of this new. Like if it jumps to like 20, that would be nuts. They'll be like, "Oh, this is new. Let's just do this for all of them and just double our sales."
Was it red and green in Japan? Or would it have still been blue?
Fire Red Leaf Green? No, it was Fire Red Leaf Green there. Yeah, I got the Japanese games.
Okay.
Very positive.
I don't know if I've ever thought about that before. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's the same thing. I don't know why they wouldn't. I know we have on here too. Next game, Wyndham Waves. And I kept saying, it's going to come out this year. It's going to be this year. It's going to be 2026, 2026, 2026. It's not.
No.
It's 2027.
And they didn't even say when, so it makes me think like holiday 27, which would be brutal, or do they usually always come out February? New gens. I want to say it is February, actually.
I didn't see it say holiday. I don't think I picked up on that.
It definitely didn't say a release time. But I want to say they always,
I thought it just said 2027.
So I'm looking at the last game release. What month?
It's got to be. Hang on. It's got to be when the cards drop. Everything's got to be the same month, right? The cards, the game.
So yeah, the last 4 generations all came out in November. Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet.
So the cards are going to drop in November. The game will be like January, February.
No, I'm saying the last 4 generations of games came out in November.
Yeah, no. Please no. It's gonna no. The cards will come out in November. Fine, I'm okay with that. The game has to come out very soon after. We can't wait till next November.
Literally, I'm looking. They haven't had a February release of a video game since the original Red, Green, and Blue in '96. Every other one, Gold, Silver, Ruby, Sapphire, Diamond, and Pearl, Black and White, are all September, October, November.
Does it show the years in between?
Yeah.
Like, are we due for this year?
98. Then they did 99. And then it was 3 years, 4 years, 4 years, 3 years, 3 years. So I think this will be the biggest gap. This will be it'll be 5 years. This will be a first 5-year gap between gens.
If it was this year.
Yep.
Oh, if it's next year.
When it drops in 27, will be a 5-year gap from the 2022 release of Scarlet and Violet. First ever 5-year gap.
I do think it'll be a beginning of the year. It can't be next November.
That would be forever.
They just announced it February this year. There's no way they're gonna wait 20 something months.
I feel like if it was February next year, they would have said coming early 27. But because they didn't, makes me think November next year.
They should have announced it next Pokemon Day if that's the case.
Yeah. Don't the cards come out before the games now? Or no?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that I was really hoping we were going to actually get Gen 10 this year. That Gen 10 was going to come out. We're going to get the cards. We're going to see what the Pokemon are. And then maybe shortly after they do the game. I would really like a graphics upgrade too, please. I don't know what the deal is with that.
I'm looking.
I want to know you guys listening in right now. I want to know your guys' thoughts on this. Like, what's our predictions? What's going on?
So Scarlet and Violet, the TCG, the Scarlet and Violet base set dropped in March of 2023. So it dropped a few months after the game. 5 months after game release in November of 2022. So we ain't seeing the new sets. If that would be insane. Because that would mean we wouldn't get the new cards until March of 2028.
Maybe you were right in the episode where we talked about having a in-between set.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the middle of that now. We are in the Mega Evolution.
And but how long is that going to go?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Because you were dubious on it dropping this year because of that. So maybe that's it. Maybe it goes through next year. And it's just a big in-between set situation.
Yes, 2028 for next gen card seems really far away.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a lot of Pokemon between now and then.
That feels weird.
Yeah, if the game officially would launch November next year, then it would put around a March of 2028 for the new gen cards if it matches Scarlet and Violet release. Whoa.
What's the note you have there for October 16th?
What do you mean? Oh, yeah. So October 16th is when we made a podcast with Wind and Waves in our title of our video. That was pretty wild.
And we would debate, is this real or not? Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, this looks pretty real. This looks like, I think we were pretty convinced it looked real. That was a good leak. I feel like that was a pretty solid leak. I don't think they got anything wrong in there that we saw. No starters. They were definitely the first time we've seen those starters. I like them.
Yeah. No, I agree completely. What are you got one you lean towards?
I think probably Gekua. I don't know if I spelled it right on the thing. The Gekua one. Because I've had gecko. I used to breed leopard geckos, and I'd sell the babies to the pet store to get more supplies for other pet stuff. I've had a few different geckos and lizards and snakes, and I've had every pet under the sun. So I do like the gecko guy. I'm also curious, is he going to get bigger, stay 4 foot? You made a comment earlier about them jumping up to 2 feet basically. And what's he going to look like? Is he going to become some big like crocodile type dude? I don't know, some big lizard jumping around. I'm really curious on the evolutions. I love that little owl dude looks mad. Everyone's calling him the angry bird, right? I love that he looks mad and angry. He's got some personality. He's got like some spice going on. And then Pombon, the little dog, it just looks like it's gonna be hilarious. It looks like it's gonna have character. You know what's fun about those three is I feel like they will make really good characters in the show. They'll be really fun to watch too. They'd be really fun, like personalities almost. Like we had with Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur. Like they had personalities, their character. They had some kind of they had a little bit of spice, didn't they? They were fun. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, I shout out to the Weekly Weedle podcast. Shug Nasty couldn't remember that we ever had a flying type starter Pokemon named Charizard. And he was excited. I think they were both excited that Brout was possibly the first ever flying starter Pokemon. So that's they must have did some shrooms right before that episode. Shout out to the Weekly Weedle podcast. I figured I'd bust somebody's chops. I've been getting my chops busted hard the last week or so because my last video memeing on it was fantastic.
I guess Charmander doesn't fly. I'll give him. It did. I'll give him a little. I'll give him a little bit. I understand. But yeah, we've definitely had some flying. I also like. I did a ha in here. But I realized today that Gen 10 is Gen X in Roman numerals, right? It'll be Gen X. And we're in, isn't it Gen X like the last generation?
Yeah, I think we're in
the new generation.
I think our kids are Gen Alpha, but
oh, they are?
I think they're Gen Alpha.
I'm losing it. I would love Gen X kids to be in love with Gen X Pokemon, I guess is where I'm at. It's like Gen X kids hopefully at the point where like they can buy this stuff. How old are Gen X kids now?
I just looked it up. Gen X was born between 1965 and 1980.
Oh, I thought they were after millennial.
No, that was Gen.
Oh, Gen X can definitely buy them then. I'm thinking Gen Z.
Yeah, Gen Z. Yeah, Gen Z and then Gen Alpha.
Wow, very
horrible name. I couldn't imagine being Gen Alpha. That just sounds like a setup for failure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I wonder if we'll get. What would B be? Please don't say beta. What will be after Gen Alpha? We're gonna get a weird next generation.
No clue.
So we have Gen 10. We've talked about Gen 10. We've talked about 30th anniversary. Like, how we're excited for this stuff. It's within a similar time frame. It's gonna be a big year, even if stuff creeps over to next year. Hopefully not next November, but we've got a pretty exciting next 12 months ahead. And one of the things they kind of glimpsed at in the Pokemon Day video was the Mew and the Mewtwo potential sets. It looks like we had two potential rivalry sets. You remember, like in the movie, it was like Mew versus Mewtwo.
Yep.
Are we flashing back to that? Is there some? We're gonna have two, Team Rocket or whatever versus the scientists, versus the good guys or the old ancient Pokemon or something like that. I feel like they could have a lot of creativity with that, but they had that shine to them. It had like
almost like Chrome, I would say.
Chrome, like a silvering or something, or like a shine, not shiny, but yeah, I don't know. I'm super curious if that's the new style or something that's gonna hit.
Yeah, shout out. I think it was a Weekly Weedle again I was listening to where they were talking about those Pokemon and they had basically all the energy symbols were around them, kind of like the crystal Pokemon were.
Yeah.
And that was pretty good. I didn't catch that when I watched that video. I never watched it back, but interesting that maybe there's like bunch of different types of Mewtwo's or like maybe that's if you equip a fire energy to it, becomes a fire Mewtwo or something. Could be interesting.
Oh yeah, I wasn't thinking that at all.
But yeah,
that's interesting.
When they showed the Mew and the Mewtwo though, it had literally all the energies around it, which is kind of what gave it the chrome coloring. Yeah.
Oh, so like maybe it's
like a new crystal type almost.
Yeah, they can just adapt to what they need to do for the move or whatever kind of thing. Yeah. Huh. Oh yeah, I did see the energies, but I didn't think about the interactivity with it, like you say, with what that might, like literally what they might use the type version and stuff. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, no, it seems pretty. I'm excited. Of course, they do Mew and Mewtwo.
And they did say, which I did note here, I want to touch on, is I think it's the first time that they're ever going to do a simultaneous release worldwide.
Really?
Every single drop of the cards is going to be on the exact same day.
Japanese and English, you mean?
Every country. Literally.
That would be an insane change going forward.
First time ever.
That's not insane. A good look for Japanese product in the US.
You don't think?
No, that's definitely a huge negative. That'll
with them being earlier. Yeah. I mean,
big time. Yikes.
I love it. I think that's fantastic.
No, I think it's as somebody who collects English cards, best thing in the world. But yeah, Japanese would have to take a hit. Like obviously they sell a ton of Japanese because it's the sneak peek, right? It's the
anticipation.
You can't read, but it's all the arts are there and they look better most of the time. So yeah, that's crazy.
What I like is it's not going to be a mixed up set compared to the Japanese. I'm guessing it's going to be the same set too.
Yeah,
which we haven't talked about that in a long time, but we did talk about that probably our first year. It was when on the podcast. I remember us touching on it and saying like it would be really nice if they were aligned and it was the same set. They can have a different name or whatever, with it being Japanese, but that would have been cool. And they're doing it. I don't know if that's setting a standard or if it's a one-off special, but that's pretty cool. That is
could be a crazy. Where'd you see that? I was in the release video.
I don't remember. I don't know. I have it in my head. It was either in the video or someone, or they announced it. But it said the same. It said the same. It said the same somewhere. We could probably look it up. You're already on it.
Yeah.
The other thing with it too, is I think I was expecting to see, I don't know, like a logo for 30th that really screamed 30th.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that. I'm guessing it's Pikachu head. You know, like we've had. They flashed the cards in the different languages, and I think that was probably where it was alluding to the sets dropping everywhere at the same time.
What if they did, you know how like in the video they had like the 30th with every single one of the 1,025 Pokemon? What could you imagine if they did the individual Pokemon stamp on that Pokemon card for every card in that release? Because they already did the art for it. They literally made a 30th anniversary logo
on its own card.
Yeah, like on a Kyogre card with the Kyogre 30th stamp.
But the artwork is a flashback artwork
or something. Yeah, they went through the work of making 1,025 30th anniversary logos. I'm telling you, like that's something. Like I screenshotted a few of them.
I did feel like that was a pretty big deal, and they were like legit too. They weren't just, yeah. You can see like the backgrounds are different, the coloring's different. They like put effort into
each one of them. Had their own. Yep, that was sick. I was like, oh shit, these are screensavers. Screenshotting them. It was cool. Did you ever gonna mention why were we wearing these? What the fuck? Oh,
what's up, baby? Guys, guess why we're wearing high-vis? We are under construction officially for Gen 10. That's what it is. We should have led with that when we started talking about it. We are under Gen 10 construction. We are in it. It is in development. We're on the road. We will let you know when we're gonna do the ribbon cutting. When we all find out, we'll run with it. Maybe it's early 2027. Maybe it's late 2027. I'm sad it's not 2026, but it is what it is.
So those legends that are an hour and 22 minutes into this podcast, when you drop a spicy comment,
all three of you,
just put a yellow something inside of your comments. We know that you're here with a yellow vest, finally getting announced deep into the end of the podcast, essentially. So
love it. And if you already left your spicy, please just respond to one of the other things.
Or please edit your comment.
No, add another comment. Keep your spicy. Keep going. Keep going. Keep at it. But yes, we're under construction. Gen 10. Exciting. This is a big moment. The 10th generation. I mean, 30 years in. Insane. So we're averaging 3 years a generation, basically. It's pretty cool.
Wild. Cool.
Yeah. One other thing, well, I think I'm pretty wrapped for Pokemon Day video. One thing I did want to talk about though is we do have American World Championships, right? And that's upcoming this year. And they are doing, I think this is the first time I've heard of it, is the XP admission, where you can buy an XP ticket and get invited at the location to, like, I guess, like event stuff. Like you can make pictures, meet people, do activities. It's like a really interactive version. You don't just get entry into the building. It's like a next level. I didn't see how much it was, but I thought that was really cool. It sounds like they're putting a lot of effort into the actual show. Outside of the game and the competitive side, they're making it like an experience, like for people buying and getting their tickets and buy. I mean, you need to buy the admission part, but it sounds like there's an actual experience going along with it. I kind of want to do it. like that sounds pretty fun. That sounds pretty cool. That's once in a lifetime, right?
You gonna do it?
In America. I don't know if this ticket's available. I need to look it up. But when I read that, I was like, that sounds pretty badass.
San Fran. Go see Jodo Jake. Oh, it reminds me. Damn, didn't have our banner up the whole time. That's crazy. Interesting.
What? I don't know how that dropped off. Maybe it was when we were playing around with the three of us.
It's because when we were live, last time I had it off. There it is. Yeah. All right, restart.
Hey guys, I'm Professor Oak.
And that's the end of the no, sure. No, that seems really cool though. I when I saw that leaked, I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's gonna be a freaking madhouse.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I couldn't I can't wait to watch the content video of that. It's just gonna be an absolute zoo. But
that's why I'm curious on the price of the ticket, because you got to damper that a little bit, right? You got to temper that down.
Yeah,
like that can't be a $50 ticket. Like you gotta make people pay to like try and help stop that being a.
I saw $100 or something, but maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm looking at something else.
General admission might be. I think this is like a level up admission though, right? Was it 100?
I thought general admission was free if you just got won the lottery, but maybe not. Because you're just going to spectate, but
yeah, I don't know for that experience part. I thought it was like an elevated version. I'm curious. Let's look it up.
Somebody let me know.
It sounded fun. It sounded good. Because there's like 12 different things going on with it. You know, there's all different stuff in different areas. It sounds like they're making it like physically a big event too. Like it sounds like there's going to be quite a lot of different places to go and things to do. And I'm also curious, maybe this is weird, but like how many people from other countries are going to come in? Would it be in America too? Because I feel like this is a pretty easy country to get into and is English speaking. Like you'd think more people would want to travel to America than maybe some other countries because of like the language barrier and the, big city. They know they're going to be able to find places to stay and travel and stuff.
Yeah, it sucks. It's not near Disney. It's in San Fran.
Yeah. It's got to be intimidating going to like a non-English speaking country like Japan. I'm sure a lot of people don't go to the Japan one because they're like, I've never been to Japan. I don't know how everything works, and I can't read or speak it and stuff. Whereas like most people can get by with basic English in America.
Yep.
I feel like it's going to be a big one. But yeah, we can end on that if you want. I didn't have one note on there that I saw Lego was doing a Mario figurine drop. They're doing minifigs of all the Lego characters, and I feel like that's like the 10th IP I've seen drop Lego in the past month. Are we just having Lego everything now? Literally everything?
Are they all Nintendo based? All the ones recent? Because Zelda, Mario, Pokemon. Maybe it's just a Nintendo agreement they got.
Yeah. There was another one. Dang it, I should have written it down. There was another one that I saw that was like, oh, that's pretty adult for Lego. I could probably find it. They've already done a lot over the years. Like I would say most IPs they've probably already touched, but it does seem to be a bit of a blast right now. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's Nintendo related ones.
Yeah.
Lego Mario will be fun.
Ones. Lego Mario Kart. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
The minifigs though would be nuts.
Yeah, I would. I'd buy those.
I'd invest.
I mean, that's what we asked for when you and I when we talked about it for Pokemon. A minifig Professor Oak. You're kidding me? I'd pay $100 for that.
Would you get it graded?
No, I'd want it. I'd want it open on a shelf. Maybe I'll buy two. I have a graded one too, but I would want one to like hold and move around. Put on display or like just to have as a minifig, I guess.
Did Mario have a Mega Block agreement? I feel like they didn't.
I don't remember. I don't remember seeing one. I like that Pokemon Center Mega Blocks.
Interesting. It doesn't look like it. No, that's.
They might now. If they're dropping Lego, Mega Blocks might jump on it and say, "Hey, we'll do you a deal too."
Yeah.
They may do one. They seem to have done a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, I would not be investing in Mega Blocks right now. Jesus Christ.
Who owns it?
I was literally just thinking that. Take a guess.
Hasbro.
Mattel.
Is Mattel Hasbro? Is that the same company?
Don't think so.
Mattel is Barbie, right?
Barbie. Yeah. Top Mattel brands.
I wonder
American
if
Girl Doll, Hot Wheels, Fisher Price, Matchbox. I didn't know they had Matchbox and Hot Wheels, so they literally own Hot Wheels and Matchbox. That's crazy. Uno. Didn't know you can own Uno. Guess so. Barney. Oh, dude, respect.
I thought Barney was PBS. Maybe PBS just to broadcast it.
Mattel, they just probably they got the partnership with the toys, I think.
Yeah.
Crazy. Oh, fun year, man. Exciting stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing the next gen in about 2 years. That'll be cool.
No, I don't want it to be that long. We just saw the starters. I feel like this so close. We've got to be closer than November next year. Please tell me.
It ain't.
We've got to be. They just gave us such a tease.
They didn't tell us February of 27 in their announcement, meaning it's going to be November because they didn't want to make us really sad in the announcement.
Give me Gekwa. I want Gekwa. I might become a Gekwa collector. Everyone's like simping on the Pom Bomb dude, on the derpy dog. But give me Gekwa.
I hope the brow. I hope his evolution line has a unibrow. That would be fire.
Leaf a brow. Yeah, is it a leaf? I feel like it was a leaf, right? It was leaves. Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool. He does look mad. I like that he's angry.
So, want to wrap?
Let's go live. No, I'm joking. Let's wrap, guys. Don't forget, spicy comment down below. Give us a thumbs up, like, subscribe, all the rest of it. I want to know who has the spiciest comment next week. We're going to talk about it. We'll dissect it, and you'll win. And we'll talk about you and shout you out. But also, give a thumbs up for the ones that you think's funny, that you think's spicy. I want to know who in the comments below you enjoy, and get involved. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for listening.
Peace.
See ya.